Listening 147. Listen and read.
First term at Mallory Towers. First term at Mallory Towers is the first book in the Mallory Towers series. Enid Blyton wrote the series between 1946 and 1952. Mallory Towers is a boarding school for girls. The girls live there during the school term. There are 6 books in the Mallory Towers series. Each book is about 1 year at the school. The main character in the Mallory Towers stories is Daryl Rivers. In first term at Mallory Towers, Daryl leaves her home to travel to her new school. Daryl is very excited when the taxi arrives to take her and her mother to London. When they arrive at the station, they see lots of other girls in Mallory Towers uniforms on the platform. Daryl feels nervous when she sees all the girls, because she doesn't know any of them. A friendly girl called Alicia Johns shows Daryl what to do. They get onto a special train for Mallory Towers students. Daryl feels lonely when her mother leaves the station, but Alicia makes Daryl feel better. Daryl meets 2 other new students on the train. Their names are Sally and Gwendolyn. By the time the train arrives at Mallory Towers, Daryl has 3 new friends and she is very happy. Daryl likes Mallory Towers. The school looks like a castle. There are 4 boarding houses at the school. Their names are North Tower, South Tower, West Tower, and East Tower. Daryl's boarding house is North Tower, and her house mistress is called Miss Potts. The headmistress is called Miss Grayling. Miss Grayling tells the girls that it is very important to become good, strong women and to help others. Daryl tries hard to be good, but she sometimes makes mistakes. First term at Mallory Towers is a funny, exciting story with interesting characters. The story is full of great adventures and it has a happy ending. It made me want to read more about Daryl and her friends in the other Mallory Towers books. Natalie, aged 9.
Listening 148. Listen and read.
Sports Day.
My name's Emma, and I'm from Britain. My favourite day in the school year is Sports Day. Sports Day in Britain is lots of fun. Schools usually have Sports Day in the summer, near the end of the school year, because the weather is warm and sunny then. Children run races and try to win prizes or trophies. There is often a skipping race, a sack race. Children stand in a sack and jump along the racetrack, or a 3-legged race. Children run in pairs with the left leg of one runner strapped to the right leg of the other runner. Children's parents come to watch Sports Day. Sometimes there are races for mums and dads too. Everyone has a great time.
Hi, I'm Takumi. I love Sports Day too. In Japan, we have Sports Day in the autumn or spring because the weather is cooler then. It's too hot to run races in the summer in Japan. We don't have any lessons for a week before Sports Day. We practice our races and events on the school field every day. The teachers always make sure that we drink lots of water because we get hot from all the exercise. There is a big rehearsal on the day before Sports Day to make sure that everything will go well on the actual day. We usually have Sports Day on a Sunday. The school band plays music and we all run races and take part in competitions. It's a wonderful day and we all enjoy it.
Listening 149. Listen and read.
The Prince and the Pauper. Tom Canty was a boy from a very poor family. His clothes were old and dirty, and he never had enough food. However, Tom believed that he could have a better life one day. He was clever and he knew how to read and write. He wanted to get a good job and earn enough money to have a house, clothes, and good food. One day, Tom was outside the palace gates when he saw Prince Edward. Tom stood and watched the prince for a while. The guards tried to send Tom away, but the prince stopped them. The two boys were very surprised when they saw each other. They had very different lives, but they looked just the same. They had the same eyes, the same hair, and the same faces. The only thing that was different was their clothes. Prince Edward invited Tom into the palace, and the two boys talked about their lives. Edward had lots of money, fine clothes, jewels, and plenty of food, but he had to stay in the palace and be quiet and good all the time. Tom had nothing, but he could play in the street with other boys and meet lots of interesting people. "I want to be like you," Tom said to Edward. "You are rich, and you can have everything you want." "I want to be like you," Edward said to Tom. "You are free, and you can do everything you want." "Well, you look just like me, and we are the same age," said Edward. "Let's swap clothes. You can stay here, and I can live with your family for a while." Tom thought this was a wonderful idea. The two boys swapped clothes and looked at each other. "We are like twins," Tom laughed. Before Edward left the palace, he hid a wax disc in a suit of armour. Then he left the palace quickly before the guards found the two boys together. Soon, Edward was with Tom's family, but it was not much fun. Tom's father was unkind. He was often angry, and he shouted at Edward all the time. Edward wanted to leave. He ran away and met a soldier called Miles Hendon. He was a kind man, and he looked after Edward. They had lots of adventures together. Edward didn't really like life outside the palace. He saw that life was very difficult for poor people. He decided to be a good king and help the people of England. Meanwhile, Tom was pretending to be the prince. It wasn't easy. He didn't know how to act or what to say to people. At first, people thought the prince was ill because he seemed so different. But Tom was a clever boy, and he learnt quickly. He had lots of good ideas, and he was good at making important decisions. Soon everyone was sure that the prince was well again. Sadly, the king died while Edward was away. Prince Edward was now the King of England. Tom was very worried. He didn't want to be king. Luckily, Edward heard the news and came back to the palace. He arrived just in time. Tom was about to become the King of England. Edward and Tom tried to tell people the truth. "I'm not Prince Edward," said Tom. "I'm Tom Canty." "I'm the real prince," said Edward. "We're sorry we lied. It was only a game." Edward looked poor and dirty, and people didn't believe that he was the real prince. But Edward took the wax disc from the suit of armour and showed it to everyone. The wax disc was the Great Seal of England. Only the true King of England has the Great Seal. So Edward became king, but he remembered his adventures and the lessons he learned when he was with Miles. He was a good king, and he helped the people of England. He made sure that life was better for poor people. Edward and Tom were very good friends, and Tom became a very important man. He was never poor or hungry again.
Listening 150. The United Kingdom. Listen, read, and find the countries on the map.
Hello, I'm Dylan. I'm from Wales. Cardiff is the capital city of Wales. The Millennium Stadium in Cardiff is very modern, but it's not as modern as the Millennium Centre. The Millennium Centre has got theatres, shops and restaurants.
Hi, my name's Cameron. I'm from Scotland. Edinburgh is the capital city of Scotland. This is the Royal Mile. It is hundreds of years old and is 1,707 metres long. The Royal Mile and Princes Street are famous streets in Edinburgh. Princes Street isn't as old as the Royal Mile, but it's almost as long as the Royal Mile.
Hi, I'm Jessica. I'm from England. London is the capital city of England and the UK. This is Buckingham Palace in London. It's very old, but it isn't as old as the Tower of London. The Tower of London is nearly 1,000 years old. Hello, my name's Tara. I'm from Northern Ireland. Belfast is the capital city of Northern Ireland. Belfast isn't as big as London, but it's the biggest city in Northern Ireland. This is Belfast Castle. It's a beautiful old building.
Listening 152. Clothes. Listen and read. Write the numbers.
Hi, my name's Robbie, and I'm 9 years old. I wear a uniform to go to school. I wear a white shirt and grey trousers with black shoes. I wear a tie too. In the winter, I wear a jumper to keep warm. I don't really like wearing my uniform, but it's easy to get dressed for school in the morning. I always know what to wear.
I'm Gemma and I'm 8. I wear a uniform to go to school, but in my free time I like wearing pretty clothes. I don't really like wearing jeans. I love wearing dresses and skirts. I always wear my favourite dress to go to parties. I usually wear a skirt and a pretty top to visit my grandparents or my friends at the weekend.
My name's Ben. I'm 10 years old. My school uniform is grey, red and white. I think school uniforms are okay because everyone wears the same. My favourite clothes are sporty clothes. I like tracksuits, t-shirts and trainers. They're really comfortable. I wear smart clothes to go to parties or to go out with my family. But I wear tracksuits at home and to play football.
Hello, I'm Lisa and I'm 9. I love wearing casual clothes in my free time. I usually wear jeans with colourful tops to relax at home or to play with my friends. I wear shorts and a t-shirt to play basketball on Saturdays. I'm in the school drama club, so I sometimes wear costumes to act in plays. I love wearing costumes. It's great fun to dress up.